It's a great day to be alive and an artist. My name is Matt with the Hat, and today I'm going to talk to you about the importance of nuance. I was watching Bill Maher just a minute ago, and one of the things that he was speaking about was how binary people have become, where one thing's either good or bad, and how limiting that has become to society. And I was thinking about it within art, how we can't find a middle ground often when we put a point of view in art. We can't find the nuance. And therefore, art can be very one-dimensional, right? You hear about censorship, and people go, oh, in a binary way, nude art is bad, right? And then you go, but the nuance is to that person. Well, what about Michelangelo's David? It's one of the greatest sculptures ever created. Oh, well, that's okay. Well, then is nude art bad, right? People get in their mind that because you don't agree with the way that they see the world, that you don't deserve to tell your truth. This is what censorship is. Censorship is telling you, no, your voice can't be heard. And censorship is scary. And the nuance to that is when we tell the truth in such a way that the person who is adamantly against our form of art has to rethink it. They look at it and they go, I thought this piece of art was going to be X, Y, and Z. And what I found was something more profound. I found that, let's say it was about school shootings, right? Since that's one of those big topics that we're dealing with as a society often. And everyone seems to have an answer, right? On one end, it's get rid of guns, which, no guns, right? On another end, it's add prayer in school. At another end, you've got the music's too violent, right? And you tell a story through your painting. You tell a story through your movie, where these things are flipped, and these things have nuance. We're tackling these issues in a very intelligent, thought out human way. And we go, I'm doing this movie over school shooting. What is the root of it? Is it bullying? What is the root of it? Is it bullying from society? Is it the way people are treating each other? And we begin to tell something that isn't painting the world in black and white. It's filling it with grays and colors of all sorts. And our nuance gives perspective. And that perspective causes us to look at the world in a different way. And some people might say, it's not good to challenge how we look at things. Some people might say, I have this way of belief, and that way of belief is so set in stone that I can't look at anything else but what I already think. And when that happens to that person, they have shut themselves off to growth. And the more nuance you add in your art, the more interesting it becomes. The more you help them to see maybe they're wrong. Just the word maybe for some people is a huge thing. And to say, maybe my point of view isn't the full picture, which I hope we all know that our point of view isn't the full picture, right? Let me give you another example. So I recently had a seizure. I hadn't had one in a long time, but I had a big one recently. And I went back to work too soon, and I almost had another one. And people don't understand, who haven't lived through it, how terrifying it is when your body's not working with you. Like they understand, like, oh my gosh, there's this event, but they don't understand the post-ictal phase of a seizure, right? They don't understand, oh my gosh, Matt has to sleep most of the day. Matt has to be laying down most of the day because he had this seizure, and he's probably not going to remember about a week. That's how it usually works with me. Not everyone who has seizures, the same thing happens to, but that's what happens with me. And they don't understand that your brain is fighting with your body, and your brain is going, I want to be back up. I want to be out doing things at the capacity that I was a week ago. And your body's like, no, not right now. Not right now. You got to take your time. You've got to be patient. And they don't understand that what is normally effortless takes a lot of energy. And nuance brings people into that world. It brings people into the world of you can't drive. It brings people into the world of you're afraid to operate or move too much or do too much because you don't know when your body might betray you. Nuance breeds compassion. And so, whatever artwork you're working on right now, is there something within that piece that you can raise a question with? I always tell people when I'm directing a play that I've succeeded if I've caused someone to ask a question at the end of the production. So whatever artwork you are creating, are you raising a question? What question can you raise with nuance to make it more interesting, more textured, more layered, more truthful to the ambiguity of life, right? And when you do that, see how your perspective evolves and see how your artwork changes. I hope this helps you. You are amazing. I love you. Have a beautiful day and keep making art.